Welcome. I'm Kenya Stump with the Kentucky Office of Energy Policy, and I'm here today to do a quick overview of the Low Income Energy Affordability Data Tool for the state of Kentucky. The Kentucky Office of Energy Policy is located in the Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet. One of our focus areas is on the topic of energy affordability, and we thought to kick off our discussion on energy affordability, it's good to ground the topic in what is energy affordability and the ways that we can measure energy affordability across the Commonwealth. So energy affordability in a nutshell is a system quality. It's a quality where the costs and needs of the system are balanced against the ability of a user to pay for those system services. And normally we can look at that through a couple of different lenses. Sometimes we look at price of an energy resource. Sometimes we look at total utility bills on a monthly basis or annual basis. We'll look at the cost effectiveness as one way, a measure, when we look at kind of energy programs. And then what we're going to look at today is really what we call the energy burden. So the percent of a household income that we devote to our energy expenditures. So let's take a look here at the LEAD tool. This is the Department of Energy's LEAD tool. And it says, welcome to the LEAD tool. And you can look and select different income models. For today, I'm going to look at the state median income because that's often what we look to as a starting point when we look at eligibility for certain programs or energy assistance programs. So let's hit go and see where this takes us. So it's a nice map, and you can see for the United States, it's color-coded. And Kentucky, if you hover over Kentucky, you can see our average energy burden is 3%. That's consistent with a lot of the states in the Southeast. And just keep that number in mind. We're going to click on Kentucky, and up here, it's going to ask us, would you like to look at counties, census tracts, or cities? I'm going to look at census tracts because I think that gives us a little bit more granularity across the state. So let's see where we go. And we've got a nice map of Kentucky here. And you can see this is without any kind of filters whatsoever. We're going to get into the filters here in a minute. But you can see our average across the state is 3%, but we can see where we have areas such as here in Jackson County, it can be, this census tract is up to 9%. Owsley County's 10, Knox County, all the way over here, there's a portion of Edmonson County. And we can also zoom in. So if we zoom in, we can see that we even have areas in our urban areas. Here's a census tract in Jefferson County that's up to 9% as well. So it's not just rural or eastern when we look at our state, but we can see that we have similar percentages across the state in different areas. So let's look at how we look and define low or severe low income populations. We're going to go over here to criteria filters, and we're going to look at everything that's less than 60%. And that's going to readjust our map. And we use 0 to 60% because that's some of the criteria used for the heating assistance programs. So our color scale changed, but you can see it changed because the percentages significantly increased when we start to look at low income across the state. So let's take a little bit deeper dive and see here. You can see now our average energy burden is up to 11%. So when we look at low or severe low income, we're now looking at 11% versus 3%. And you can see we have areas now of the state where, for here in Pike County, 21% of the income. Pendleton County now pops up, just to name a few. And you can see it's not just Eastern Kentucky, but we have areas also to the west. And we also still have some in our urban centers. Let's zoom in on Northern Kentucky, see what we find there. We have some census tracts there where we're at 15 to 13%. In Northern Kentucky, here's one in Pendleton County, again, 24%. So just another way that we can look at energy burden across the state. So let's stay with our low income criteria, and let's look at what do we find out as far as renter occupied. And you can see our average is still 11%, but here's one in Jefferson County, 368%. So we have percentages well above actually a person's income. So their energy expenditures are actually more than their income in renter occupied spaces. Let's go to owner occupied. And we can see the map. We have areas now where this is owner, and you can see where we have high energy burdens across the state. So let's click on rent and own and take that back to its normal criteria. And one thing we get to is building type. This is really nice in that we can hone in on mobile homes, and so let's deselect and then select mobile homes and trailers, and we'll see. So 13% across the state, and we have energy burden related to those who live in mobile homes upwards of 20%, 22%. 23%. So we can really drill down and see our housing type as well. So let's select all building types again. And building age is another. We can look at the age of homes and see. So let's look at homes that are pre-1980, that are low income. And you can see how our map changes. With that, we're back to 11% overall through the state. So I'm going to select all building age. And then we can also look at specific fuels as well. So for me today, I'm going to look at just electricity. So the energy burden specific to electricity expenditures. And you can see our map changes that way as well. So great insights based on fuel type, building age, building type, whether you rent to own, and your criteria filters. So we're back to our starting criteria with everything selected, and we're still focusing on low or to severe income. But the nice thing too is down here we can see some charts. Average annual energy cost on this side for 0 to 30% of the state median income. Most of that is electricity, and you can see gas and other. And then when you go to 30 to 60%, greater proportion, looks like on, well, not maybe a greater proportion, but a little larger annual energy cost there. We can change that and look at energy burden. So 0 to 30%. You can see the percent of income spent on electricity and gas compared to 30 to 60%, 7% and 2%. So a lot of great charts we can find as well. We can also do left and right axis, and you can add in secondary dimensions as well. So this is just a quick overview of the LEAD tool and how you can use it to understand energy burden in the context of energy affordability. I would like to point out we can change our map here and we can look at average energy costs. That's just average annual energy costs compared to the percent income. And you can see here's a tract in Grayson County. That's over $4,273 in energy costs compared to our average annual energy cost for Kentucky is around $1,930 for low or severe low income populations. We can also look at housing counts and get an idea about housing counts. Because that's also important in the context of energy affordability discussions. I'm going to go back to energy burden. So I'd encourage you to go to the energy.gov website. You can Google the DOE LEAD data tool and explore not only Kentucky, but you can also explore other states as well, and as a nation. And we'll be having more discussions about energy affordability in the future. This is just a quick 15 or so minute orientation to the LEAD tool. Hope you found it enjoyable. You can reach out to the Kentucky Office of Energy Policy at eec.ky.gov. Feel free to contact me, Kenya Stump, or any of our staff here with your questions. And we look forward to partnering with you and having future discussions around this important topic. Thank you.